Stop. Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we have another mock driving test. Any of you that need help with your driving test, please check out my course, which is an amazing tool for anybody who's taking their driving lessons.
Hooray! So this course really filled my knowledge gaps and I became more confident.
After watching some of the videos on the course, I felt really comfortable with the extra knowledge.
Before I passed my driving test, I was really nervous. It really helped me have more confidence, and I would take what I learned during the course into my lessons and really aid that.
The videos obviously help you because you're going into that lesson knowing exactly what you're going to do, and just having that knowledge just makes that lesson faster and you feel a lot better.
38 easy to understand, precise videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. These are not just theory based, they are practical videos demonstrating everything from moving off and stopping a vehicle to all of the maneuvers and every other module required. So if you're lacking knowledge, or maybe your instructor has forgotten to cover something, or you're just not grasping a certain topic, then this course has it covered. You can watch the videos before your driving lessons, which means you'll get into the car knowing exactly what to do. This will definitely save you time on your lessons. Okay, so today's learner driver is AJ, and for those of you who are watching for the first time, the learner drivers that turn up here, they haven't had any driving lessons with me before. I've just met AJ now, picked him up from the train station. He's just here for me to assess his driving and to find out where his faults are and if he's ready for his driving test or not. And if any of you are interested in a mock driving test, please drop us a message on Instagram at DGN Driving, and we just pick people randomly. Okay, so AJ, could you tell us a little bit about your driving?
So I've had around like 35 hours.
35 hours, yeah. Okay, cool. And do you feel you're ready for your driving test?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Cool. You told me you've got it booked for a few weeks' time now, yeah? Is there anything in your driving which you feel you're not fully ready with?
I would say maneuvers slightly.
Okay, cool. Any maneuver in particular?
No, not really. Just like I felt like I just need to be confident on it, and that's it. Like I know the techniques and everything. I just felt like I just need to be a bit more confident, and then that is about it.
Cool.
And, and a bit, I would say, and run about slightly, because sometimes people don't really like indicate, and then they would just like pull out of like the blue. So I was like, okay, so that slightly, but not too much.
Cool. That's great, because if you've been watching the videos before, you know Wolverhampton has loads of roundabouts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll find out if you do have any weaknesses on roundabouts today. Yeah. And obviously you haven't driven this car before.
No.
Yeah. And you're not familiar with this area, so it might take you a bit of time to get used to the car. You watched the videos before, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you do make a fault, I won't say anything. Yeah. We'll talk about it at the end. Yeah. And for those of you guys watching, before AJ does make a fault, I will talk about it just before it happens. Any serious driving faults will be in red text, and any normal driving faults will be on amber text. Serious driving faults, do you know how much you're allowed on your driving test?
0.
0, good. So one serious fault is a fail, and the normal driving faults, which people normally refer to as minors, do you know how much of those you're allowed?
15.
15, yeah. Okay, so any questions before we start?
No.
Have you been through the show me tell me questions with your instructor?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. So could you tell me how you would check your brakes are working before starting a journey?
You start ignition, and then you will press the brake, and it shouldn't feel spongy or soft, or the car should pull to one side. Good,
that'll do. So yeah, whenever you're ready, AJ, if you could start, please. AJ has a bit of difficulty starting the car. He was using my house key instead of the car key. Wrong key.
Oh yeah, wrong key. I was out.
So press that button on the side. It's a good start, that is. That's my house key.
Yeah, that's right.
I've had someone do that before as well.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Okay, so you know in your test, the examiner can make you follow the sat nav or follow signs. We're going to be following signs today. As part of the independent driving.
That's
okay. Fine. And if I don't say anything, just continue straight ahead.
Okay.
So move off whenever you're ready, please. When moving off, he doesn't set any gas and comes off the clutch quickly, so stalls. But he reacts well and remembers to carry out the observations again before moving off. He does this left turning well, but after the turning, his build-up of speed is a little slow. When you enter a new road, if it's clear and safe, you should build up your speed to the limit of the road. And now if you could follow signs to Kidderminster, please. Coming up now is AJ's first serious driving fault. I've asked him to follow signs to Kidderminster, which is straight ahead. He does notice the sign and begins to change lane, but then decides to come back to the left. When doing this, he doesn't check any mirrors. And there was a vehicle behind, which assumed we were going towards the right, so that driver was about to overtake. And by steering back to the left, we slowed them down. You will hear them sound their horn.
I might have to go the wrong way.
The awkward silence after knowing you've made a mistake.
I might have to go the wrong way.
It's okay, just follow the road. I've asked AJ to turn right, but he passes the turning, which wasn't really a problem. But then I thought he was going to turn into a road with no entry signs. But luckily he didn't. And like I always say, going the wrong way is not a driving fault. If you could turn right, please, at the traffic lights.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Oh, was that one right there?
No, it was before that.
Oh,
It's okay.
I keep missing the sign. Sorry, my bad.
And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left. When parking up, AJ goes onto the pavement slightly. There is a pedestrian close by, so this could have been marked as a serious driving fault. But I marked it as a minor as he steered away just in time. He has trouble applying the handbrake, so I helped him out.
Look, it's not securing.
The handbrake's not securing?
No.
Do you know what you're doing wrong there?
I don't know what I'm doing wrong right there.
Okay, cool. Right, I'll help you out with that. Yeah. So you know when you're pulling the handbrake up, yeah. So press the button, pull it up. Wait, keep it pulled. Keep it pulled. Yeah. Don't let go. Don't let go. Keep it pulled. Let go of the button first. Now let go of the handbrake.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I never.
Okay. So the car that you're learning in, has it got an electronic handbrake or?
Yeah, but normally when I do it, it kind of like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But you never work like that. It kind of like.
Okay, cool. No worries. Whenever you're ready, if you could move off for me, please.
Yeah.
When moving off, he still has the left signal on. At the traffic lights, turn right please. Here he changes lanes well, but again misses the turn. He still had the signal on. Even though this is the wrong turning, he positions well and goes when it's safe. And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left please. When parking up, AJ realises that he's blocked a driveway, so decides to move forward. But when moving forward after stopping, he should have carried out observations which he didn't. And then he still ends up blocking a driveway. Before taking his foot off the clutch, he doesn't select neutral, so the car stalls. Thank you, and move off when you're ready please. He moves off with good observations. AJ does well when turning right at these traffic lights. He doesn't rush and checks that there is enough space behind the vehicle in front before going into the middle. I'd like you to follow signs to Dudley, please. Okay. There is a road to our right before we reach the roundabout, so AJ should have waited to pass that before signalling right. He signals too early. After this roundabout, there's going to be another roundabout, yeah?
Okay.
We're turning right at that roundabout as well. This first roundabout, he does well. He sticks to his lane and exits off onto the right-hand lane, which is good as we are turning right again at the following roundabout. As we approach this roundabout, it is safe to go, but AJ isn't prepared and he stops.
Going right?
Yep, towards Dudley third exit. When exiting this roundabout, he checks the centre mirror but doesn't check the left one before signalling left. He exits onto the right-hand lane, so should now move to the left when it's safe, as the right-hand lane is for overtaking or turning right. And he does move back to the left safely. Here now we have two sets of lights. The traffic light for anyone turning right is red, and we can see the green arrow, which is for anyone who is continuing straight ahead. So AJ should have stopped, but doesn't, so I had to intervene. Stop, 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 stop. I think AJ realised that he messed up. Now I'm going to ask AJ the show me question. Notice how he stares down to look for the button, and during that time loses focus and our vehicle drifts slightly to the right. Remember, you don't have to answer the question straight away. You can answer it later on. Just make sure you keep control of the vehicle. And if you could show me how to demiss the front screen, please.
This right here.
Yep. And switch it up. You can turn right, please. This right turning is on an uphill slope. When moving off, AJ stalls. Now I'm going to ask AJ to carry out the reverse parallel parking maneuver. This does take a while and is slightly painful to watch. Okay, and if you could carry out the reverse parallel parking maneuver using this car in front.
Yeah.
So pull up next to it and then just park fairly close to the curb, leaving about a car space in between the front of our car and the front of that car.
Okay.
Okay. He starts off with good all-round observations before reversing and continues to observe well throughout the maneuver. Now he's getting too close to the curb and the tree, so decides to readjust. Even though he continues with good observations, he just takes too long sorting the position out. He goes forward again, and there are vehicles waiting behind. And because we held up those vehicles for quite a while, I mark this as a serious driving fault. We do normally advise you not to rush the manoeuvre and take your time, but not this much time. Now we're going to end the test here. Let's find out what AJ thought about his driving.
Is that alright?
Yeah, that's right.
I know it's a journey.
It's a what?
I know it was a journey, just watching all of that happen, but
Skew the car now, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, and switch off the engine. We're going to end the test there. Okay. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying about that?
I know that one was like a journey right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it took a bit of time, you mean?
Yeah. It's the thing is that the reference point like that I used, it was in my instructor car. So like when I put this down to kind of like see like to try to figure out everything out. It was a bit difficult. So every time I have to like readjust every minute because try to get it to the exact point where
Okay.
my instructor does it.
Cool. So, how do you think the test went?
I know I failed because I think I notified both of them, like all three of them. I'm reckon.
Which
The
ones?
one when I was at when he said Kennington or something like that. You said
Yeah, Kidderminster.
Kidderminster. I didn't quite see on the sign, so I didn't know where to go. And then I checked my center and right mirror, but I did a bit late.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first one.
So it wasn't. Sorry, that's the camera switching off. Don't worry
Oh.
about that. Okay, right. So it wasn't the centre and right mirror. So what happened there? You noticed the sign a little bit late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Kidderminster was straight ahead, which was
Yeah.
the middle lane or the right hand lane. Yeah, you could have used it, but you found yourself in the left hand lane, which went left only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you did when you saw the sign,
Yeah.
you started to move over a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your signal on, and obviously the cars behind,
Yeah.
they obviously thought you were moving that way.
Oh.
So there was a mini behind us, yeah, a red
Yeah.
mini.
Yeah.
And because you started moving to the right, they thought, that space there, they're about to go
Yeah.
and overtake you.
Yeah.
But then you said, "Oh, I can't change lanes." Then you came back this way.
Yeah,
You didn't do
yeah.
any checks, yeah.
Yeah.
And that vehicle did sound their horn as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah, because
heard.
they weren't expecting us to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was because of that, because you didn't notice,
So
because you affected that car behind. Going the wrong way wouldn't have been a fault.
Oh, so if I did like check my mirror properly, then
Yeah, if you check your mirror, yeah, and then you should have obviously warned that car that you're coming back this way.
okay, should I
Yeah.
put my signal down?
Obviously, that vehicle thought you were moving over that
Oh
side,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you came back to this side. Yeah, and they
Yeah.
weren't expecting that, yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Okay, you
sense.
understand that, yeah?
Yeah, I do understand that one.
Good, and then after that, the other fault, do you notice?
I know the other one. When the stoplight thing.
Yeah, the red
Yeah.
lights.
The only thing is, I know those signs, dude. The sad thing is, because it said straight ahead only. I know I can read those signs, but I felt like that because it was two. I felt like that one was for me.
Okay.
So and then because I see the other cars went, so I was like, oh, that one is for me. But that threw me off.
Yeah.
That threw me off. I shouldn't have looked. I was looking at the cars that went when I'm not paying attention. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Planning awareness I should have done right
Yeah,
there.
you know when those cars went, the
Yeah.
green arrow, the flip arrow was on,
Yeah.
and then it turned red. Yeah, so you shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I feel like the other one next to it was mine.
Yeah,
yeah.
Obviously, if it's pointing straight ahead,
Yeah.
that's for people that are going straight ahead. Yeah, the vehicle's going straight ahead. Okay, and the final one was this one.
This one?
Yeah,
Really?
for the parking.
Oh, do you know, even that one right there, I wanted to go a bit further up and then line my car up properly and then come back in.
Yeah. Then you're allowed to readjust, but we just took absolutely ages
Yeah.
readjusting. There were cars waiting behind, and we just took too long.
So that would be a readjusting thing?
Yeah, but just because we held up the traffic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were vehicles there. If there weren't any vehicles there, okay, the examiner may let you off with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, we definitely held up the vehicle for quite a
it's
while
just,
there.
I was just trying to figure out the position for the to get the car in properly, because every time I go in, because the way I learn it is go a bit further, line it up with the door angle, and then come back in. But because reference point is so vary in different cars, because my instructor car is smaller than this.
Yeah. Obviously, different cars. It's going to be.
Yeah.
There's loads of different techniques for this.
Yeah.
This maneuver. Yeah. Okay, and all instructors will teach you their own technique, which they prefer. And apart from that, I think the only reoccurring thing was your speed.
Yeah.
Sometimes your build-up of speed is a little bit slow.
Yeah.
When the road's clear, if it's 30 miles an hour,
Yeah.
come on, get up to it.
Yeah.
On the 40 road, you were doing 32.
Yeah. I contend like that's one like a recurring thing with my instructors, where the building up of speed.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm so panic about me going over the speed limit, because I know that is I know that like building up of speed, you would most likely get a minor for it. Whereas if you go over the speed limit like once for occurring, then it's a big problem.
Good point. But if it keeps happening, it will turn into a serious fault. Yeah.
Okay.
So just be careful. If it is clear, just have a look. Okay, it's clear. No danger. Just a bit more gas. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Right then. Any questions?
No. That's it.
AJ, thank you very much for coming down to do the mock test.
No worries.
And guys, like always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.